Hello and welcome back to my channel. I have a new journal to share with you. This is in my Etsy shop, and this one is called Always Time for Tea, and it is a tea themed journal. It's not extremely overtly tea themed, but it's throughout there. And I am featuring the Old Design Shop in this journal. I used a lot of her images. Now this one I found on Pinterest. It's a 1915 print of this lady with her teacup. And I've added the tassel here in the front instead of on the spine, and it's actually a little bit more secure there. A lot of times this breaks down these soft cover spines to punch a hole through them. But there's a tassel on here, and there's a little teapot charm, a green jingle bell, and then all of these pretty laces and trims, and that just comes right off if you do not want it on there. On the back, I added, as you can see here, there's teacup stenciling, you know, like from where a mug or a cup would have sat, and then a little collage here in the back with one of my paper flowers, and then it says Always Time for Tea. There's a brown ribbon closure. I believe this is like 64 pages, I want to say, something like that. So here in the front cover, I have a whole bunch of homemade flowers and some lace and a little tea bag tag right there. One of my paper ribbons down here at the bottom. These are from the Old Design Shop. I backed it with coffee dyed paper and I turned it into a tea bag journaling card. So it is a journaling card you can write on the back, and then I kind of turned it, it looks like a little tea bag. And then this is Tea is Always a Good Idea. And then there's another one of my flowers. And here's a little fancy tea. This is glued here and glued there, but you could slip something in there or just write around it. This is one of the images from the Old Design Shop. All the ones I'm pointing out from the Old Design Shop are from her Etsy store. So you can click that link below and get them yourself. There's a little paper ribbon there, and it says Note to Self, Tea Helps. And a belly band with a journaling card, and I punched these birds flying all the way around. And then another one of the Old Design Shop journaling cards that I turned into a tea bag journaling card, and I did glue this down here. So this just comes out, you write, and it slips right back in. It doesn't come all the way out of the journal. Music, scrapbook paper. I added a little doily to these note pages, and then here's a quote from Charles Dickens, and it says, "My dear, if you could give me a cup of tea to clear my muddle of a head, I should better understand your affairs." And I thought that was cute. And this is from Graphics Fairy, and here's a little metal piece that says Love, and it has the infinity sign. You can see that, and it's metal. And then I added some trim. While there's tea, there's hope. Remember when. Some washi tape, some really pretty Can Company paper. Here's a photo mat, but it's also a pocket for another tea journaling card from the Old Design Shop. Now these journaling cards here, they're not actually tea themed. They're like a shabby chic floral theme, but I just turned it into like a pretty tea bag idea. Some stamping, paper flowers. This is a 1950s dictionary page, and if you pull out this journaling card, this is the entry for tea. Really pretty coffee dyed effect. Now, I know it's coffee dyed paper in a tea journal, but it's still a very similar effect. It's what I had. I usually do batches of coffee dyed paper. So here we have a cup of tea makes everything better, and we have a little journaling flip out there, and then a little bag to stick. There's quite a lot of room in there. Here's a beautiful teapot from the Old Design Shop. This is from Emily Post Etiquette book. A little remember this date, and you can punch out the date. It's like a chipboard journaling card in that belly band. This I did as the center spread tea table. This is a gorgeous image I found from Old Design Shop on her Etsy store, and I knew that had to be the center of this book. A little photo mat there, some more stenciling that makes it look like teacups had been setting on there. Another journaling tea card. Some trims up there. This is Peace. A little tag. This is a wallpaper corner tuck spot. You can slip things in there. There's a little bird die cut down there. a little torn piece from one of the journaling cards. There's a little teacup pocket, and there is a index card and a vintage flinch playing card. And then over here, this is a Disney Charades chip from Beauty and the Beast. And of course, he's a little teacup. And then here's a giant postcard from Old Design Shop. Now, yeah, I believe that is also from her. She may have some free, but she has a whole bunch more on her Etsy store. So you can check both out, her blog and her store. This is also from her store, and it's a journaling card, but I turned it into a tuck spot. You could put full pages or photos in there. There's a little collage up at the top and over here at the bottom. And that is the end. So this one was fun, very elegant. And I started out, that's the whole flip through, so you don't have to continue to listen, of course. But I was just going to discuss a little bit about my thought process with this, because people really like it when I do that. I started out finding this image, and that's where it all started. I knew I wanted to do a tea themed because I just thought she looked so wistful and elegant, and she had her cup of tea. And so I contacted Julie at Old Design Shop, and she partnered with me for this journal, and we got all these tea images from her shop, and that's how it started. And I didn't do it totally, you know, there aren't teacups on every page, but it's just very feminine. And the quotes I got from were inspired, or I got from Pinterest. They really didn't have anyone attributed to it. They're just pretty general themes, or, you know, tea is always a good idea. I'm not sure anyone actually said that. It's just been said a million times, except for the one Charles Dickens quote, which I had to include because it was so fun. So again, Etsy shop link below, and this will be the last journal on sale, and this is my last day for my Etsy shop sale. Prices go back to normal starting tomorrow. So have a wonderful weekend and happy fall.